Hey guys, long time no see, like in this space. I just feel like weird. It's only been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since I've like actually filmed a beauty video. Today, we are going to talk about the makeup products that I have been trying out lately. So I want to do this speed review style a la Nicole Renee or Nicole Cutler here on YouTube. I love her. I will put her channel below. She does these. I've done videos similar in the past. I know like for a while I called them anti-first impressions. I've also called them review roundups, but it's basically the idea that these are not first impressions. These are products I've been trying for a while and they really are reviews. They're how I feel, but they're going to be faster because this video doesn't need to be 35 minutes long. Okay. There have been plenty more products I've been trying, but they are ones that I just don't know yet how I feel about them one way or the other, so I didn't feel like it was fair to bring them up yet. There were a lot of palettes that I played with, so let's start with those. One of my absolute favorites is the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. I want to say this was sold out for a hot minute, and now it is not. It's just a nice neutral palette, you guys. But here's the thing. The shimmers are so gorgeous. I love using Cocoa Crush all over the lid. De Coco is really pretty on the outer corner, like those two together. I've used this dark color called Nutty on the outer corner and lower lash line. I literally use all of these shades. The only one I really don't use is Palm Reader. But you guys, these are just so flipping gorgeous. They catch the light so beautifully. Look at this one there. That's the one, man, Cocoa Crush. Anyway, so I had to sing its praises. It blends well, like the mattes blend really easily. This is one of those things that I can get a lot more of a dramatic eye, but I can also do my like everyday normal eye like what you see today with this, and I'm very, very happy. So I don't always go for the ColourPop palettes because there are so many and it's overwhelming, but that is one that I was like, but dang dough. I'm up awfully early today because, okay, well, it's not early now, but I have been up since like 5 a.m. because my daughter had tubes put in her ears today. All went well. It was just nerve-wracking, but it went well. But I just feel like I'm like now overly caffeinated and overly tired, so it's like a really weird combo. This is rare, but it's another ColourPop palette. It's weird though because I don't think I've tried a ColourPop palette I've loved in a year. And then suddenly 2 of them dropped that I love. So this is the Double Entendre palette. I actually told a friend of mine she was wanting a gift for her daughter, and I was like a palette gift, and I was like, honestly, this is a good palette. The same formula, I think. Now this packaging is not, it's still really, really pretty, but it's not that same plastic. It's more of a cardboard, and it's magnetic closure instead of like an actual clasp. But it has some shimmers. I don't think these shimmers are as crazy as the other ones. They're not as, I don't want to say choppy, but these are really smooth shimmers. Look at that. I mean, they're gorgeous. They're just different. This is probably my favorite shade right here in the palette because I'm a big fan of just putting a shimmer all over the lid and then blending it and going. The one thing I like about this over the coconut one is that there's a little bit more of a gradient of like lightish medium mattes for blending, but I still like the coconut one more. So if you were curious of my thoughts, they're both so good. What do y'all think of my top? I've worn it maybe once before. My mom saw it and was like, huh. I was like, what? But it's just unique. Like, I think the sleeving is kind of cool. It's from Yes Style. I don't think it was crazy. I think it was kind of inexpensive, but just something kind of different and unique. And anyway, if you don't like it, don't tell me. So the last palette I'm going to talk about today is the Huda Beauty Nude Light. This one is obviously much pricier than the other ones. Packaging is beautiful. Again, a nice plastic packaging, really nice like kind of snake skin feel to it. It's very pink tone. And to be honest, I was surprised that I liked this as much as I did. I think the quality is on par with ColourPop. I don't think this is like leaps and bounds better. I just think they're both good. They're all good. I actually have grown to like using this like mauve shade all over the lid and into the crease. And then this like purpley shade on top, like tapped on top. It just looks really unique. And when I wore it in a video a few weeks ago, a lot of you guys were like, what's that pink look on your eyes? It looks so nice. I'm like, that was literally it, just those 2 shades. This is something that I'm enjoying a lot, but I still like this one better. I really think it's more of a personal preference. Quality-wise, they're the same. We have some cheek products to talk about. So I've been playing a lot with the Nabla Skin Glazing powders. So the highlight I like, but again, these are still pricey. I don't think it's any better than ones I found at the drugstore that I love. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It blends into the skin pretty nicely. I don't find that it looks powdery. It's just a nice, like, beautiful highlight. But the thing that I think if you're like wanting to dabble in Nabla or you need a new glowy blush, this one is so beautiful. I think it might have been a November favorite this past month in November. Duh. Anyway, it's in the shade Truth. I just feel like there's something about this. It reminds me a lot of NARS Orgasm Blush, okay? I think this is prettier, to be quite candid, and I think it's a little bit more pigmented. Be careful. I don't think you need to be crazy careful, but it definitely comes off on the cheek more than the NARS one does, which I find so interesting. It's so gorgeous. I don't have to wear a highlight with this. I'm wearing this today. I am wearing a highlight with it, but it's the MAC Double Gleam, which that's a $36 highlighter, but y'all, I cannot put that down. I've been using it for months straight and it is so good. So one that I do like, I feel like there's not a lot of duds here. It's a very positive day today. It's the Kylie blush in Baddie on the Block. I think this is nice. I know a lot of you guys snag some of these during the like Cyber Monday sales and Black Friday sales because they have some good deals. This is a nice blush. Again, I don't think it's just a matte pink blush. You can get that anywhere, including the drugstore. But I do think it's nice. So if it were on sale or you've just been dying to try Kylie, this is literally the only thing I've ever tried from the line. I did buy, that's not true. I do have one of her eyeshadow palettes, but you'll notice I'm not mentioning it today because I honestly have not used it much. I've used it a couple times and it was fine, but like those are the ones that I've been using, so I didn't feel right mentioning it. But this is a nice blush. I don't think you need to spend 20-ish bucks on it, but it is nice. Speaking of spending 20-ish bucks, Emily Noel, I have to blame for this one. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Listen, I thought this is like a holy grail for so many people for years and years and years and years and years. It usually comes in like a glass jar, okay? I saw this in this trial size on Ulta's website and it was still $20 for this little baby. And so I had it like in my loves list forever. And finally I was like, I'm gonna try it. $20 freaking. It is so good. And I've never tried anything like it. So I've been using this a lot of times when I'm in a rush as my moisturizer. If I don't have the time, I will put this on and it's so silky smooth. I know some of you guys are probably rolling your eyes. You're tired of hearing about this, but it's like, it's not that silicone-y weird velvet feel, but it's not like overly like wet moisture. It's right in between those. And there's something about it that I feel like my makeup sits well on top of it. It definitely has a strong, slightly citrusy scent. It doesn't bother me. If you're sensitive to fragrance, it might be too strong for you. But man, it is gorgeous. I don't need a primer, like a hydrating primer when I'm using this. If I'm in a rush, I use it as my moisturizer and then I go straight into like foundation and stuff. Or I'll use it as a primer step if I have the time to do moisturizer, SPF, blah, 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 blah. That's my phone app telling me to drink water. Thank you, you're right. They should make a water app where it tells you it's time to drink water and it will not go away. It'll keep alerting you every minute until you like get on a video and show that you're drinking water. Because sometimes I'm like, yeah, and then I don't drink water. So my mascara today, and frankly, my mascara for the past like month, has been this Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. I drug my feet for so long on this because so many people would say, oh, it's my favorite mascara. You've got to try it. It's so good. And I'm like, but it's one of those tubey mascaras. I'd never tried one of them. The idea of it grossed me out, like the idea of a bunch of tubes coming off of your lashes. Turns out it really is not like that at all. It's more like just fibers kind of coming off with warm water. Okay. I feel like every single day my lashes look nice. You don't have to recurl them. They are so black. There is no smudging because of the science behind the tubing idea. So one of you guys wrote a comment that I feel like explained it really well. They basically said it's like a polymer that will shrink as it dries. And so as it goes on the lashes, it kind of shrinks to it and stays in place. I think that's how she explained it. So I think the idea, it's definitely unique, but it works, you guys. It's an expensive mascara, and you guys know I love the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Love it. I love the Essence Lash Extension Mascara. Love it. Those are all under $10, and this one's like over $20. I did see a bunch of you guys comment and say that Ulta is now selling it, which is a big deal because I had to buy this on the Thrive website, and I'm like, you know, you don't want to pay shipping on these sites that you're not used to ordering from. It's so much easier when it's from a place like Ulta or Sephora. I know how that sounds, but it just is what it is. Another thing I've been playing with is this Charlotte Tilbury corrector. These were new this year. They had some different shades. This is the #1 shade, the lightest shade in Fair. I have been using this as like a salmon under eye concealer. And when I say salmon, I mean like the shade of it is kind of pinkish. And it works beautifully. It is just like the Bobbi Brown corrector that I've loved for years in the shade Light Bisque. They are almost the same product. Part of me is like, are they the same product? But the packaging of this is so much prettier than the Bobbi Brown. I love it. I think it stays in place pretty well. The idea of the salmon is that it counteracts like blues and purples on your under eye. So I'll tap it right on the inside in there. And it's just, it brightens, it stays pretty well. It's gonna stay better, obviously, if you powder it. A lot of times I'll wear this alone if I'm in a rush. Other times I'll put some concealer on these outer parts here just to kind of get it all to mesh a little bit better together, but it's a gorgeous product. One of her best products for sure. What I'm wearing on my lips is this Buxom lip gloss in Celeste. I recently tried this in trying Beauty Guru favorites video, and I've been wearing this a lot. It's been in my purse, and it's pretty on its own. It's pretty on top of other things. I've been wearing it a lot on its own, to be honest, especially like seeing it in this like natural like window light. I think it doesn't look bad alone, but it definitely looks best over stuff. But I love it, and I love the Buxom plumping gloss formula. It just makes my lips feel good. I swear to you, it plumps them just ever so slightly where they look juicy and healthy, especially if you're going through like a dry lip day, you know? This is super sparkly and glittery and pretty, really, like if you're looking for a nice gloss for New Year's. Okay. Hourglass one, it's the Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Ray. I really like this. It really is very glittery. So this is something I'm not wearing every day, but I actually have surprised myself with how much I've worn it. It's so beautiful. It's a pressed shadow, so I kind of just get my finger in there and I tap it on top. There's gonna be a little bit of fallout. It's nothing totally crazy if you're just tapping it on and leaving it, but there's definitely a little bit of glitter fallout, so just something to be aware of. But I actually do enjoy it. Now, you can get similar-ish products from like L'Oreal. They have their infallible shadows, but these I think are much glitterier. So they still are different, but it is a similar idea. This I figured I'd update you on. Still loving the Milani Easy Liner Most Natural shade. I might have mentioned this in my November favorites. I love it. It might be the most perfect lip liner if you're like me and you have more pigmented lips. Kathleen Lights had mentioned this and she was not wrong. It's so nice. And I love that it's retractable, so you don't need to worry about bringing a sharpener. I leave this, honestly, I've been leaving it in my purse. It's not too brown, it's not too rosy. It's around $5 or $6, I think, and I just really like it. So random one I wanted to update you on. This is the Dolce & Gabbana, the only one perfume I bought recently. I've been leaving it in my purse and it smells so good. And the more I've worn it, the more I've liked it, actually. It's so good. It's such a nice, strong scent that I feel like I'm getting my money's worth because I'll just spray it once right there. Or one of my favorite places, I'll lift my hair up and spray it back there. And I feel like my hair keeps the scent in it. That sounds ridiculous, I know. But I feel like it like protects the scent. And so when I move around, you can just smell it. And then like if I hug someone, they can smell it. And anyway, this was a scent that took me by surprise. I really, really like. I've tried way more than what I just shared, but those are the ones that I've really tried enough that I know how I feel about it. I just feel like 2020 is gonna be the year for me of really being conscious of where my money is going and what I'm bringing into my life. And I feel like I've had a lot of empty promises with myself about that, about saying, oh, you know, I'll be better this year. I won't buy makeup just for hauls and stuff. Not that I was, but to a certain extent, I'd say, well, I can tack on another palette because it's for a video. It's like, no, if I'm not gonna use it every single day, or if I really don't need it, I don't want to buy it. So just being smarter about that. I've definitely, this last few months, things have slowed down for me in that way, and it's really nice. And I'm excited for it to slow down even more, especially the first half of next year. So we'll see. I'm thinking about filming like what my goals are for my channel in this next year, because things are definitely gonna be changing a lot, and things I'm excited about, but there are definitely gonna be some big changes. So stay tuned. If you're enjoying Vlogmas, please let me know down below. I love doing Vlogmas. It's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. And I know so many of you guys are like, I've never watched vlogs before Vlogmas. I started this year and I ended up loving it, and that means so much to me, so thank you. I can link the Vlogmas playlist. All of the videos are in order if you want to start at the beginning, or you can watch, you don't need to watch any of them in order. You can watch whichever one sounds interesting to you. But once we hit January, everything will be back to normal. I'll be doing at least 3 videos a week focused on stuff that's not Vlogmas, obviously. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for subscribing in advance if you're interested in my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.